Education in Virginia is getting organized. Actually, this Saturday we have a March for More in Richmond to encourage the General Assembly to reach out and fund public school what they need to be. We're about 30% behind back in 2008, and we have more costs and more students, but our revenue is still the same. And so any kind of encouragement you'll see over the next 8 to 10 weeks, we greatly appreciate it. I know you've all spoken before about the support, so if anybody wants to ride with me on Saturday morning, I'm leaving about 6:15 to down to Richmond in March. So it's the kickoff. Our Alleghany Education Association has been working towards it, and we have different superintendents across the Commonwealth that are being organized. So it's time we speak up and we provide what we need from our kids and stop expecting the localities to do everything. The state needs to do their fair share. Thank you.
Thank you. I had a request from one of our board members who wants to make a comment under public comment, and his reasoning was because normally there's nobody left at the end of the meeting when we get around to our comment period. He has something real important he wants to say and wants to say it up front earlier in the meeting. Mr. Shull.
Yes. On November 13th, I was invited to come to the high school to tour the high school and see the projects that everybody was doing. When I got there, a lady met me and she said, "Do you want to go on your own, or would you rather have a guide?" And I said, "Well, who's the guide going to be?" And she said, "It's going to be one of the students." And I said, "Right, that's what I want." So they brought me Braylon Madison, and she said, I didn't tell her I was a supervisor. I introduced myself as Richard and my wife Barbara. And she said, "What do you want to see?" I said, "I want to see everything. I want to talk to all the teachers. I want to talk to all the students that has these projects." She said, "Okay." So she took me all over the high school, and I was very pleased at the way she was so courteous and polite and respectful. And we went on up to, I said, "I want to see all the exhibits." So I went over and I talked to everyone that had an exhibit. They explained it to me. Some of it was over my head, but they explained it to me. And the students were so courteous, respectful, and knowledgeable of everything that they was presenting to me. And the students were nothing like I was when I went to when the school opened in 1963. Those students are so far advanced than my class was when I went in 1963. You can tell when I went to Alleghany County High School, but they were not, I didn't consider them kids. The way they were talking, they were young adults. And they knew what they was talking about. And this one boy, he asked me after he gave his presentation, and I was talking to the teacher, and he said, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Oh, Lord." And he said, "I asked my teacher, where am I going to use this stuff that I'm doing when I get out of school?" And I thought for a minute, and I said, "Well, from what I listened to you say, and the way you presented yourself, and the way you presented your exhibit, if you do run across it, you can say, 'I learned that at Alleghany High School.'" And he said, "Yeah, you're right, but I don't know if I'll ever use it." I said, "Don't say never, because you probably will. Somewhere in your life you'll use what you presented here today." And We owe it all to the schools, we owe it all to the teachers, we owe it all to the staff. And I come to the conclusion there was 3 things that I thought that we should think about. And one of them was that the supervisors and the school board and our friendly delegates should get together and try to fund those teachers. Because if it wasn't for the teachers, that young man wouldn't have knew what he was talking about. And the other thing I would like to see done is if we could come up with money to take our vocational school and maybe refurbish it, remake it different for the students that come there. And the last but not least, which is one thing that I do not think is, I do not think that we should go back to talks about consolidating Alleghany County schools with Covington County schools. That's my opinion. We need to think about ourselves and our school system and try to move forward with it and get it going the way it should go. And I went to a lot of consolidation meetings, if you call them consolidation meetings. And one person would say one thing and the other person would say something different, and next thing you know they was arguing about it. And I didn't like that. And I had one person tell me this person has passed away, and he told me that Covington will always be Covington, and Covington will always take care of Covington. And what he was trying to say is Covington looks after Covington. If they can't be number one or can't run it, they don't want to be a part of it. And we've been dealing with this since 1986, I believe. And I don't think we need to get back into it again, unless the General Assembly makes us do it. If they make us do it, they need to come up with some money to do it with. And on a high note, I thought the choir was beautiful. They sounded great, and my hats go off to the director that put that show on. It was really a great show. And I did notice that some of the exhibits that I went to, the guys and girls were singing in the choir. I worked for the county schools for 2 years when I retired, and then they did away with the FAP age. They did away with them, so I quit. They quit. I just had to leave because they did away with it. And I worked for 25 years at the press box, taking care of the press box. This is my last year that I quit this year. I said I couldn't do it no more. But I work with Kenny Higgins. But I think that our kids it was remarkable to me to how they presented themselves. I never heard one say anything disrespectful, or they're knowledgeable, well knowledgeable. And I'd put them up against anybody, any other school. And that's all I have to say. I appreciate you listening to me.